Detractor video is the best one. I love him. He is an actor and writer.
That's cool.
Unlike myself, he has a great big wiener.
Wow.
What the dog doing?
Like, I have no problem with that. Sounds good to me.
Welcome to the internet. I'm your host, Detractor Media. So what you're about to watch is a sort of impromptu conversation that I had with Bland Polecat. If you don't know who she is, I'll link her channel in the description. She's still relatively new to the localverse. She recently branched out. I think today she just posted a video of her talking about Cyrax. So she's getting into other, locales as well. But in this video, we talk about IronChefSakai, him getting banned, the future of DSP and his channel, just all things Phil. So again, big ups to Bland Polecat. I appreciate her taking the time to have a conversation with me, and I appreciate her perspective on Phil. She's a lot more graceful with Phil than most of us are, and I think that it's refreshing to see somebody that, kind of gives him a little benefit of the doubt sometimes, hears him out, and doesn't just believe what other detractors say. Anyways, this one's a little bit longer. It's about an hour, just over an hour. So grab your popcorn. LNZ.
Like this entire era of Phil. When did he start? I don't think I was really too familiar with what happened like when he started. He just showed up, right?
Yeah, he's been in the Detractorverse for a while, or in the Snortex for a while.
Right.
At least Iron Chef, at least a year and a half. He showed up for a while and would disappear. I think all in all, I believe it's been around about a year and a half that he's been in the Detractorverse. Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, was it around like Christmas that he was telling Phil like, oh, even if I gave you $1,000, you'd still ask for more? And that's when he kind of went like off the radar after that, right?
So when he was moderator and he rogged out on Phil, that was it's 1st of March. That was the beginning of January. It was right after Christmas.
Yes.
I could actually tell you the exact day because I went and bought a fancy camera, and I came home
No
and was
way.
playing with the camera. Yeah, I was playing with the camera while I was watching him just crash out. So I could find out the exact day, but it was around early January when he just completely rogged out on DSP and was like, what is it? He's I'm not going to take this anymore. He quit the Snortex and went and did the little live stream gimmick where he tried to appeal to the detractors, and people in chat were just clowning him like, "Yeah, we don't want you here, man. Like, I don't know what you think this is." Like, I don't know why you would think you would pop off on him one time and tell him to go fuck himself, and then all of a sudden we would all be buddy, and you would just be a part of the Snortex. Like, that's just not how it works. Yeah, it was early January though.
Yeah, I do remember that. I wasn't there for the entire thing, but somebody told me that he was in there trying to be like all frenzies with everybody all of a sudden. I was like, why would he do that? Why would he think that's a good idea?
Yeah, I think he was trying to turn heel, but he couldn't quite turn heel because nobody would allow him to turn heel because nobody liked him.
Yeah. Which, I mean, fair enough, but I don't know. I mean, the poor guy was trying to find some kind of community to accept him. And I don't know, I say poor guy very loosely because he does things that just makes me think he's not quite,
all there. Yeah. He's kind of a lost cause. And I do, and I think Duty talked about this the other day that I think I watched something yesterday that Duty said he had talked to Iron Chef, and he was kind of with like giving him a chance, letting Iron Chef come on the Meaningful podcast and talk to Duty and give him a platform. So I felt kind of bad because he was obviously trying to get out of the Snortex and nobody really gave him a chance to. But I think it's because everybody just kind of saw him as a clown and was like, this guy, everybody saw through the gimmick. This guy's going to go back to Phil. He's not going to stay out of the Snortex for long. So, but now that he's done it twice and he's gone for good, I'm kind of down to just give him a shot and say, hey, look, if you want to be a detractor, this is your one shot. You fuck it up, you're not welcome anymore.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not gonna lie. I watched Phil for a little bit because I have a mental, like a moral of mine that I don't base my judgment off of somebody based on whatever other people tell me. I have to base that opinion on my own.
Yeah.
And so I did watch Phil's content for like maybe a couple of weeks before I was able to determine no, I don't like this guy and I don't want to give him my views. So that's when I found Raw and I joined the Detractorverse after that. So I just don't understand how these people can't determine man, this guy is just not it.
I don't know. I don't know how people fall into the Snortex. It's definitely a mental health thing. But so what was your first thing that you ever saw with Phil? Like, what was the first clip? I don't know if somebody's asked you this before. What was the first clip you ever saw of DSP?
The first clip that I ever saw was about the incident.
The May 1st burst.
Yeah, and I was like, no way. Because I watched Cinnamon Toast Ken, and he brought up Phil during something he did with PewDiePie. And I was like, who's that? And so I went into looking for it, and I was like, no way, this can't be real. That's not real. And it was real.
Yeah, I remember Cinnamon Toast Ken spoke about Phil. PewDiePie spoke about Phil, but I remember when PewDiePie did, he refused to say his name. He was like, I'm not going to give this bozo any clout. But yeah. I remember and then some Ordinary Gamers, obviously it's talked about him. DSP tried to clout chase and dick ride, what's his name? Ordinary Gamers. I can't think what his actual name is, but he tried to dick ride the guy and get an interview with him to get some clout because Ordinary Gamers has millions of subs. Mudahar. He tried to dick ride Mudahar and get an interview to get some clout, but it didn't work. But yeah, I think that was my first one too. My first video was about 2 years ago. It was I don't know. I don't think it was the May 1st burst. I think the first one I saw was him crashing out on somebody, just walling out on his audience like he always does.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but I was like, God damn, this guy is a dick. And then I watched more of Detractor content. So I immediately came in on the Detractor side anyways. And I watched more of his content. And it was just compilations of him, snorting and pounding off on stream and stuff, and then more of him like screaming at his dents. I know you don't like the word dents and all the derogatory stuff, but him yelling at his audience and just being like, oh, why aren't you guys giving me fucking money, you mouth breathers? And it's like, you just instantly get that gut feeling like, how the fuck does anybody like this clown? It's crazy. Yeah,
it's actually crazy because I officially started watching him when he reacted to the June the King documentary. And I was like, okay, let me give this guy a chance because here he is about to admit to all his faults and all of that. And I was kind of excited because I was like, this guy's going to get a little redemption arc. Good for him. He didn't admit to anything.
No, he didn't.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
I'm just like, I'm lost for words still.
Yeah, he brick walled the whole thing. He refused to take accountability. I can't find that message of the guy that I bought that camera from. I'm trying to see if I can find it so I can find the exact day that crash out was. But yeah, he didn't take any accountability for it. He didn't take any credit for it. He just said it was all the detractors and it was all the internet. Well, he's just this victim. He's just this victim cat. He's just he's trying to do good and people are just fucking it up for him. And even with that interview, the Steven whatever his name was a couple of weeks ago, he refuses to take accountability. He refuses to admit that he has done things. He lied about WWE champions for however many years,
God.
and if you fucking mentioned it, banned. If you mention it, he won't change.
No, seriously.
I do wonder though, what's gonna happen now that Iron Chef is gone. The other guy's trying to kind of fill his shoes. Can't remember what his name is. He's a moderator.
Is it Dumpy Koala or?
It's the other one that was in Lex's chat the other day. The Dumpy, because it was ICS Dumpy and the other guy, Pimpin, whatever his name is.
Darkside Pimpin, yeah.
Yeah. It seems like he's trying to step up. Whoever it is trying to step up and fill ICS's shoes, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No,
but the begging has gotten exponentially worse as well. So it's I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm curious to see in his darkest hour what Philip is gonna do to get to pander money from his audience that it seems like they're getting pretty fucking sick of in many ways. But
they are. I've noticed that. I was like, man, these people are kind of popping off against him. And when they do that, he tends to kind of ignore it until he finally has held his anger in enough, and he just goes on another 10-minute rant about absolutely nothing that has to do with what they're trying to tell him what he's doing wrong.
And then his kick chat is mostly just detractors. It's mostly just I wouldn't even necessarily say detractors, just trolls.
Yes.
When he crashes out on somebody for 10-15 minutes and then ends it with a bag. And you see chat just scrolls by being like, where's the money, dummies, and all kind of stuff. So yeah, it seems like people are slowly turning on him. I noticed the other day the Lego stream, I think it was, he had like 150 something viewers on his YouTube channel and like 60 on Kick. So he barely breaks 200 accumulatively now, which don't get me wrong, 200 people is good. But when you have 215,000 subscribers, analytically, that's not even 1% of your audience. So he used to hold 200 to 300 people. Now he's lucky if he gets 200 on both platforms concurrently or cumulatively concurrently.
Yeah, exactly. What's even crazier is that he went from having like millions when he first started. It's like, how can you not look back and say, and he's always trying to say like, oh, I'm successful, I'm never going away. It's like, dude, you're the farthest thing from successful. You literally have 200 viewers when you came from millions. That's terrible.
Yeah. Oh,
horrible.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to realize that you don't lose that many subscribers unless you're doing something wrong. Unless you're fucking up, you don't lose, like you said, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, of viewers monthly. He barely hits 1 million monthly, if he even hits 1 million views monthly. So the ad revenue is not there, and he doesn't even get 1,000 views on average per video that I've seen. Like you just don't get that way unless you're fucking up. So
no, but he'll never admit that he's fucking up. So that's just beyond.
Very true. That's very true.
Do you think there's a possibility that Iron Chef will come back though?
There always is. I've thought about that. I saw people in that Lex Girls chat when Iron Chef was welling out on her. A lot of people were giving him shit, saying, "You'll be back in a week." I give it a week, you'll be back. I give it a couple of days, you'll be back. So, is there a chance that he'll come back? There always is. There always is. If Phil will unban him, but this time, I think the likelihood of it actually happening, it's got to be minimal. It's got to be a 5 or 10% chance, unless Phil just says, because this time Phil banned him and was clearly sick of his shit. He was sick of his detracting. He was sick of the the trolling, sick of the gimmicks.
Mhm.
So this time Phil has to say, okay, I'll give you another chance. We know Phil's not very keen on giving people one chance, especially not two chances with Iron Chef. So
Yeah.
I don't personally think that it's very likely to happen. He's going to come back by choice. I don't think that even if you tried to, Phil would give him a chance. But what do you think?
Yeah, that's kind of my thought process too. But I have this sliver of I wouldn't even call it hope, just like the thought of Phil getting desperate enough to let him back in, because I really think that eventually Iron Chef is going to be sliding back in his DMs begging to come back, and Phil's going to be like, no, fuck you, fuck off. But then Phil's going to get desperate enough and be like, hey, all right, you could come back, be good. Or maybe he's going to tell him to make a sock account and come back and give him money. I don't know.
Like you did with Derek. That's a good point though. That's a good point though. Let me get this bag because my mic's picking it up. That's a good point though. That if Phil gets desperate, he very well could pull a 360 because he knows Iron Chef is the main person that props up his stream. So that's a very good point. That yeah, he could bust a 360 and say, hey, look, knock, man. Hey, I'm sorry. No, he's not. He never says he's sorry, but knock. Hey, man, I'd love to have you back in the community if you'd love to give me some money. I mean, hang out in my streams. So yeah,
Right.
that's a good point. That's very, very likely that would happen. Very likely.
Yeah. He's always influencing people. I literally have a clip that I put at the end of one of my videos that said, you probably just want to make another account if people don't like what you're doing. And it's like, why are you influencing people to do that? That just proves that he influences people to do that multiple times.
He did that with Derek. He did the same exact thing with Derek. He flat out told him to make another account, to make a sock account to try to ban evade. And just he straight up told him, don't speak the way you normally do.
Right.
Don't use the phrase, the wordage that you use. Speak completely different. Don't goddamn tag me in chat every 3 minutes. Hey Phil, hey, why are you not reading this? Hey Phil, why are you not? Don't do that. Just be low key. Of course, would Darish actually be low key like that? No, you have a 0% chance of him being subtle in any capacity. But yeah, he straight up told Darish to use another account and to speak differently. Don't say shit to anybody. Just every now and again in chat, just say, "Hey guys, what's up?" Yes, so he's done it before, and he'll do it again.
100%. I really wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens with Iron Chef. That would be great. I mean, for us, but
yeah, but it's the same thing with Lisa Lou and Only Iced Coffee. All these random accounts that we know. Well, we don't know for a fact, but these accounts that we're pretty certain are Only Iced Coffee or OIC. Because to this day, we haven't seen that name in chat. We haven't seen them donate in a year and a half now since we've seen OIC. So he definitely does it, but he doesn't do it in a very subtle way. He straight up on stream will tell him, hey, hint, make another account and just don't talk the way you normally did. It's like, bro, we can hear you. Like, we're watching.
So stupid.
Yeah, like, I may be tall, but I'm not fucking stupid. Like, I know what you just said.
Like, dude, freaking dumb. He's so, oh my gosh. He just thinks that's the issue with people like him, is they think that they're smarter than everybody else. And so they'll literally do the dumbest shit in front of everybody. And they'll be like, no, I didn't. Because they think they're smarter than you, and they can gaslight you because to them, you're inferior and you'll never be able to, prove them wrong.
Yeah, your dumb caveman brain will never figure out the complexity of the things that I say. It's like, no, bro, you just said the quiet part out loud. Like, we all heard you.
Like, you're stupid as hell.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Dennis and Always Sunny. He thinks he's smarter than everybody else, but time and time again he proves that he's fucking stupid. He's just as stupid as Mac and Charlie and Dennis, or Mac, Charlie, and DR. But yeah, he will straight up tell them to ban evade, to make another account. Don't speak the way you normally did. Maybe don't speak at the frequency you did.
Yep.
We get these random donos, which are mostly faked, and I think most
Oh yeah.
detractors at this point know that the biggest majority of those anonymous contributions are fake. But some of them, I'm sure, are OIC. They just use a different thing.
Yep. And I mean, and then you have these donations coming from accounts that are made a month ago or even less. It's like, no, dude, that's not how nobody comes around to your account anymore and just donates within that short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
that's
it's
just unreasonable.
a lot of the times it's people that we don't see in chat. It's people that you don't see speaking. They never interact with people, and they'll have a message, but the message is typed so poorly that you can tell Phil wrote it. You know, like
Yes.
The whole gimmick is it's just so on the nose. Like everything he does, it's so easy to decode it because he's so fucking stupid. But the problem is he thinks that he's smart.
Yes.
It's beyond me. It's forever beyond me how he thinks that shit works. How he can piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. I just don't understand it.
No, seriously. And I mean, that kind of goes into my next point about Phil is that he's an abusive man. And like, there's so much more to abuse than just hitting and slapping and punching, you know, but I feel like he's a very financial abusive person to his audience because of the way that he seems to think that these people have unlimited money for him.
Yeah, he expects them to give him $150 per stream. Like, bro, how much money do you think? I got some money in my pocket, but like, how much money do you think I have?
Yeah, like $150 2 times a day, $300 a day for 6 days a week. No.
And it's generally the same one or two people. But yeah, he will be so fast to gaslight his audience. He'll be so fast to gaslight them and say, well, I mean, guys, I really wanted to hit the goal. You know, I really thought that we were going to. We're most of the way there, but I mean, I don't know. I don't
like
know.
He's like, yeah, and he'll be like, I guess we're not.
I guess we're not. Like, Kick, I haven't had a donation in 45 minutes. Like,
my God.
You know, he'll do that stupid laugh he does.
I hate it.
he would directly gaslight them, man, and try to force them to keep giving him money. Yeah, he's very manipulative financially. He's very manipulative with Kat. He obviously controls her. Very tight. He obviously has very tight control of her day-to-day life.
Yes.
Do you think we'll ever see her on stream again?
I really hope so, but I really feel like the poor thing is traumatized because of what the Detractorverse has done.
I agree.
I mean, I'm very against bullying her personally.
Yeah, I try. I know it's easy to do because I know that.
Yeah.
If it's easy to do because we know that Phil watches. I mean,
yes.
he doesn't watch me. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. But Duty, Snort Hogan, and you know. That being said, shout out to Alt. He watches all the larger guys in this community. So saying something about his wife, he's just one of those another one of those digs in his rib cage. Just so it's easy to do just despite them. Yeah, but I'm the same way. Look, I'm not a skinny guy. I'm a pretty heavier guy. You know, tall, all around, pretty heavier guy. I try not to talk about her weight, but then again, she can't be much better than he is. She can't be a much better person than he is. But and she enables him just like he enables her.
Yeah, but it's a really bad relationship.
Yeah, it's very toxic. But I do understand that point, and it's the same thing with people saying the R slur about him and stuff. Like I hate that, man. It's off topic, but something I wanted to. I thought about making a video about this separately. Just the way the people call him the R word, like the mentally handicapped slur. Like it's so low class. People use homophobic slurs against him. How does that make us any better if we're sitting here calling him slurs? Like, how does that make us any better than Phil saying that word to
Yes.
his audience or anything. I hate that word. It's
I do
not only
too.
offensive. It's just really low class. But that's a completely separate topic. But
Yep.
he does have very tight control over Cat and over his audience, and he will gaslight everyone around him to get what he wants. He doesn't give a shit about anybody. He doesn't give a shit about his parents, about his
No.
cat, his wife cat, but his cat. He doesn't care about his friend John Rambo. None of it. He doesn't give a shit about that. If they make him money, he'll pretend to care. But as soon as they don't, you're obsolete. You're gone to banned world. You're banned. That's it.
Yes. It's really sad. Like, Phil is such a disgusting person, so it's really, really, really hard to really feel sorry for people like him. It's just like, in a very small way, I do feel sorry for him, because there's going to be one day where he's very old and he's going to look back and he's going to be like, damn, that whole life wasted, but it's going to be too late because he's going to be dying. And that's sad. Deserved, but sad.
Yeah, there's going to be a day where he looks around and realizes there's nobody in his corner. There's nobody on his side.
Mm-mm.
Because everyone that gave a shit about him, he just pushed away. Which with John Rambo, with considering how big his nose is, it takes a little bit longer. But everybody around him, he pushed away systematically. So
Yeah.
I love John Rambo nose jokes. I gotta say, it's so mean spirited, but god damn, it's so funny.
Anyways, that's funny.
But I made a thumbnail for a video the other day, which was it was Darish pushing DSP across an interstate or across a highway, and there was a sign like, so I live in New Orleans, but I'm from Mississippi. We have I-220, so there was it was in front of an overpass. It was Darish pushing DSP in a wheelchair across the interstate and had an I-220 sign on the thing, and it was a movie poster. It was called Hog Wild, and it had some reviews at the top, like movie posters generally do, and it said 5 noses, 8 noses out of 10, John Rambo. And I thought of that and laughed for a good hour. I was like, I gotta put that shit on there. But
that's hilarious.
You said you had some videos to show us as well.
Oh, I have some screenshots. So
yeah.
I have some screenshots to show. I wonder if I can.
You know how to share your screen?
Yes, I'm about to share my screen.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay. To stream. Okay. Let me go here. OMG. Okay. Oh no.
Neatly organized.
Yes.
I see our screenshots.
Oh my gosh. Can you still see it?
I can see your screen. I can see the list of IMG 0314 down to 0385.
Okay. Let me change the screen because it's not letting me like.
Yeah, you can change at the bottom. You can switch what screen and what application you're sharing.
Because it wants me to share my OBS. I don't want to share my OBS. I want to share my actual screen.
Go to share your screen. It says applications, screens, and capture devices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can go to, if you have your File Explorer open, it'll say, it should pop up with File Explorer.
Okay, maybe just my screen one. Okay, let's see. I don't care. Did I lose it? Oh, hold on. Let me go back and get telling you, Discord confuses. It really shouldn't confuse me that bad, but it does.
Oh wait, I'm streaming. Why am I streaming my
Are you
YouTube?
streaming?
That's my home screen on YouTube. Like, what?
See, at least I'm not the only one. You know, there we go.
I just saw something about Bill Hader, and I was like, oh, she likes Bill Hader.
What's that?
I saw my little profile picture of Phil.
There we go. Is it not going to let me show you the thing?
Yeah. I see it.
You can see it? Okay.
IronChefSakai, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So this is the first one that he had. So, the person up here says, you keep giving him money, keeps him happy, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I cut him off for a week. It's like, yeah, okay. So he cut him off on purpose? I thought he was just gone for a week, but I guess he did it on purpose, apparently. I don't know how much I believe that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about... Excuse me, I don't know about on purpose, because he rogged out on DSP while he was a moderator, and DSP unmodded him and then banned him.
Right.
So I don't think that was intentional. He's probably trying to retcon what happened. It seems pretty clear he's trying to retcon, but no, I don't think that he did that on purpose. I think he finally let the truth come out and feels like, well, if you're gonna be honest with me, I can't have you around here. You got to get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. So then the next one, let's see. Oh yeah, this is when she had the hat on and he was talking shit because it would have taken Phil 8 days.
Oh yeah.
He was just talking mad shit. Like he was just going off and off and off over and over and over. Oh, that's why I told him you're worth more than that. Yeah. Which I still believe that.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't seem like a bad dude. He just he seems like he's just conflicted. I did notice I haven't kept up a whole lot with this Strangely Lex girl, but I watched a bit of the first stream where ICS rated her, however that conversation happened, and he said multiple times throughout that stream to Lex, he said, what did he say? Get me out of the not get me out of this Snortex.
The Pignosis.
Yeah, help me break Pignosis or something. She said that's something that only you can do. But he told her several times, like, pretty much help me get out of DSP's community. So I don't think he's necessarily a bad guy. I think that he's he's caught up in this. It gives him some sense of pleasure to give money to somebody who begs and feigns poor all the time. Yeah, yes. It makes him feel like when normal people give to charities that take all your money. It's that same thing, but he doesn't pretend like, oh yeah, well 10% goes to the kids. Like he's 100% goes to him. But I think that's what it is. But I don't think that ICS is a bad person. I do think he deserves a lot better. And with Lex, he seems a lot happier. And just that one stream that I watched, that little bit that I watched, he seemed like he was genuinely happy to be there. Like she kept saying thank you and stuff.
She was actually,
she was actually chill. Yeah, like she was great for his presence. So he does deserve better. He may be a dipshit, but I mean, he bless his little cotton socks. He's trying.
He's trying. Yeah, I just tell him because he was still talking about how Phil was treating him. I should have gotten that, but he was talking about how something about happened with Phil, and I said, hey, but you're worth more than that, dude. Like you deserve to be treated, like you're appreciated when you give people freaking that much money. And Phil never treated him like he was appreciative for how much money this man gave him.
Yeah, so, you deserve to be treated like a human being, regardless of any of that bullshit, any of those little gimmicks. You deserve to be treated like a human being.
Yes.
And you would expect it a bit more empathy, a bit more compassion when you're giving somebody literally thousands of dollars. When when he's hitting the goals on account of you and almost solely you would think that you'd be a little more grateful to say, hey man, I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Even the days where he doesn't give you jack shit, even the days where he's just there, he's just vibing in chat, he can't be fucked to give you money. Even those days you should be like, hey man, what's up? How are you doing? Right. Yeah, but he deserves that respect and that dignity. And Phil, sure as God's got sandals, Phil ain't giving it to him. Phil ain't never gonna give him that respect ever. Till he dies and goes to hell, he's not giving anybody respect.
Nope. He probably won't still give it to the devil there either, so.
More than likely.
No. Oh yeah, people are trying to say, because he was talking shit before this, and
like step on money.
And he said, like somebody said, I screenshotted it. He's like, he's still gonna accept my money. Pretty much like, oh, even if you tell him, he's still gonna take my money, which I mean, not lying, I guess.
Yeah, he's not going to thank you, especially if it says IronChefSakai, dude, especially if it says IronChefSakai donated $10 to darksydephil. Phil's gonna be like, how the fuck are you still donating to me? Get the fuck out of here. You fucking mouth drooler.
Right.
It's gonna be a 20-minute segment on how the fucking detractors make fake accounts and they come in here and they give me fucking money. Thanks for the money, dummies. You know, and that's all it's gonna be. It'll never be a thank you. It'll just be thanks for the money. Let me clown on you.
Right, exactly. Freaking stupid.
Anyways, Duty is a
No.
simp. He's got a kid her age, according to him.
Oh my god, this was the night. Okay, I mean, I really do enjoy Duty, and I think he's a chill little fella. But he was simping a little bit on Lex. I don't know why I put this in there, but he was pretty bad.
He was simping. He was simping so hard. And people were calling him out in chat, being like, "Yo, you need to settle the fuck down." And he was like, "Oh no, I think I have screenshots of it. I think I have recordings or screenshots of people being like, yo, Duty." They're like, you got to settle down, brother. And he's like, "No." He was simping big time. He was simping big time, trying to get her to come on his podcast and watch his videos and like and leave nice comments and stuff. Like he was simping. So he definitely was.
And I called him out. I said, "Hey, does your wife know you're asking people girls to put a vest on?" And he's like, "My wife is right here next to me laughing at it." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, it's all really questionable. There's been a long running question about how old Duty is. I've heard people say he's as old as like 40 something. He sounds like he's my age. I don't. I mean, he could be your age. I don't know. I have no idea. But I've heard. I'm a millennial. I'm in my mid 30s. But so I've heard everything from he's a millennial to he's my sister's age. She's in her early 40s. You're in your late 20s. I've heard everything from all three of those generations. But I can't find anything about it. Oh my God, my voice cracked like 14 times. I have no idea how old he is, but I knew he was married. I knew he had kids.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think because I was in his last live stream, I think he said he was 49.
He sounds like he's mid-20s tops. His voice is so like, it's like not high pitched, but like
it's like soft.
It's not like a bassy or older person. Well, I don't know, but yeah, I'm looking at 49.
No, 49. Okay, I love you, Duty, but you were simping a little bit. Just wanted to call you out a little bit on that. We'll leave that alone.
Hard. But it's also ironic to that last point that he was calling Duty a simp. Like, Iron Chef, you've given this girl about $1,200 in a course of a day. You don't have the rights to call anybody a simp. You've given her more fucking money. You've given her your house payment and a car payment in a day and a half. So that's the pot calling the kettle black. That was really ironic.
That really was. And he was calling them mommy and mom. I was like, bro, stop.
Yeah. I don't get what his deal is. But yeah, I saw him saying something about he wants to stay here with his mommy. He's like, he's got some shit going on in his head. Like it must be wild in there. Yeah, it must be a wild time in his fucking head, because man, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be there for sure.
DSP said he doesn't like gum because he has to spit it out later.
I can't remember because he was going back and forth to Phil's to Phil's stream and Lex's stream this day, and I can't remember what Phil said, but it was something to do with you have to chew it and it takes too long to eat it. I just want the food to you just chew it and eat it, not have to sit there and gnaw on it. I was like, who the fuck says that?
What did you sign up to have bubble gum for? Like, what did you think the end game was here with bubble gum? Like, I don't understand.
I don't get it. It's like you find every reason to complain about everything. It's worse than my own children, honestly.
I swear. Like, it's like people that eat gum and expect it to fill you up. Like,
yes,
that's not what that does. That's not how that works at all.
It's not.
It's like 70 viewers.
Yeah. I think was this during the Lego night? I can't remember. No,
Probably.
because this is when he had only given 200, so no.
Okay. So I know he had about 60 when I checked in that night, because Lex had,
Mhm.
I don't know how many, I don't know, I don't understand Kick, but I think Lexi had like a couple hundred, at least like 400 or 500, because like 300 people rated one of her friends after the stream was over. So she had about maybe 500 people watching her, and then DSP accumulatively had maybe just over 200 concurrent viewers on YouTube with 215,000 subscribers, which again is like 0.0000001% of her audience. And then
Like, that's so
on Kick,
embarrassing.
it's so sad. Like, and the only reason he got there, to say this, and then we'll move on to the next one. The only reason he got there was because he spammed the algorithm. Was because he used to post 10 videos a day. He would take one playthrough and then cut. I mean, just Texas Chainsaw Massacre that shit, and put it up piece by piece, so he would get more individual watch time. He knew how to manipulate the algorithm. So that's the only reason he got there. But there's this is how you don't play is from 2011, where even back then people were like, Phil, it's the fucking, you walk up to the fucking door and open it. You know, people are like, you can't be this stupid. This is 14 years ago. He is. He really is.
And this is what we were saying earlier, that he's saying that these two saved me from the cold grasp of pignosis.
Yeah. He seems to be coming out of pignosis. He seems to be learning that there's a bigger world than just DSP. There's people that, and Iron Chef, this, if you ever listen to this, it's a little bit of a hot take, but there are people that you can watch and you don't have to give money to them. I know that that's fucking like, I know you just, don't know whether to shit or wand your watch, but there's people out there that you can watch their streams. You don't have to give them money. There's no gimmicks to it. Like, believe it or not.
Seriously.
So,
yeah, exactly. Like, they'll just tell you thank you for being there.
Yeah, and I honestly think that even if he wasn't wailing out on Lex, I honestly think she would still treat him the same. I do think that she would still be stoked on him being there. I think that she would be stoked on him engaging and being a part of the conversation. But I don't know. I don't know what his thing is. He's donating a lot of money to a woman who, one, doesn't play for the same team, but number two, he has no shot. Like, it's not going to happen, brother. She's not going to ride off in the sunset with you, but
no,
at least she treats him better. At least he found somebody, that maybe Kat will do that in the future. Maybe Kat will find somebody that would treat her better. So, because Leanna did. So, and John, I'm guessing John Rambo did. I don't know, but yeah, on to the next one. That's crazy. He gives her a lot of money, but hopefully he's happier.
Yeah, I agree. This is when Duty was trying to get him to come and talk to him, and he was calling out Duty for calling him regarded.
Yeah, regarded, yeah.
I was like, yes. I was like, okay, but call him out, Iron Chef. Good for you for standing up for yourself a little bit.
Yeah, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose by calling him out on things he says. But because I remember a couple of days ago, Duty did say that he had spoken to Iron Chef and invited him on his podcast. So I'm wondering if this is what he's referring to, or if they had an actual conversation. Fun fact, by the way, I sent Iron Chef a friend request for shits and giggles. He's not going to accept it. He doesn't know who I am, but I sent him a friend request just for shits and gigs to see if he would accept it. Maybe I could have a conversation with him, but he's yet to accept it. But yeah, I would like to see somebody have a good faith conversation with Iron Chef, and I think that you or I both would be two people that would be a good fit for a genuine. I'm clearing my throat like DSP does. Let me mute my mic while I do that. Let me snort down the mic real quick. But I think that you or I would be a good fit. We're both detractors, but we're both more on the reasonable side of not using straight up slurs with him, and not being a dick, giving him a chance to actually say what he wants to say, giving him as Phil likes to say, a fair shake. No one's ever given me a fair shake before. I would be down to give Phil a fair shake. But I think you or I both would be a good fit for giving ICS a fair shake on his side of the conversation, his thought process during all this, because I don't want him to continually have bad experiences with the detractors. Obviously, the guy needs some help. Obviously, the guy needs somebody to be there for him. So maybe I don't see him being. I know I'm taking up most of this by talking, but I don't think that he's going to be the next big duty stream Snort Burnell or but I want him to at least experience the side of the detractors that I've seen, the nice people, because there are dicks in this community. There's dicks in every community, but for the most part, this community is pretty chill. So if he wants to become a detractor and just do what most of us do and quietly just watch the videos and not make content, or if he wants to make content, I want him to feel like I want him to see the normal side, not just people shitting on him because he's a dent. So if he ever wanted to do an interview, it's not going to happen, but I would love to just listen to his conversation, to listen to his perspective, because I think it's really interesting. And the more that he feels safe, the more likely he is to get out of Pignosis and to not come back to it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because I mean, people like him, I feel like when they're searching for attention this way, it's because they didn't get attention at a certain part in their life when they really, really, really needed it. And I think that if somebody like us were to talk to him, that we would actually hear him and see him. He may not even know what to do to be talking to a person that's willing to actually give him a platform where he could 100% voice himself without being judged, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he would know what to do with himself. He wouldn't trust us in the way that Phil doesn't trust it in the way that Phil doesn't trust people after the Side Scrollers interview, after the Stephen blah 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 interview.
Yes.
He would be the same way where he would be hesitant to trust us because we're detractors and he thinks we're just going to clown on him. And most of us are. And I have clowned on him before in my videos. But you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yes.
But now that I see he's trying to actively get out of the Snortex, I would want to do what I could to let him know, that I don't want to say you got a friend necessarily, but to let him know that there's somebody here that will listen to you and that will help you to realize that there's a bigger world out here. And there's another person that will help you, and their name is a fucking therapist. But nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. No, seriously. 100%. Yep. See, that's what, following on that, I told him to DM me that he deserves to have a voice.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Like, I'm willing to do that. I'm starting a podcast of my own, and it's like, anybody deserves to have a platform where they feel comfortable enough to voice their opinions without me bashing on them and judging them, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know,
locale
man.
lives. I remember you talking about I have a speech impediment. Locale lives. But it would be good to hear his side of the story. I think that would be an interesting take. But yeah, on to the next one. We'd love to have him either way.
Either way, yeah.
Somebody did a
Okay.
vid of when I supported when I left for a week. His support literally tanked. It was like visibly different. Yeah, of course. I mean, of course it was, Iron
Mhm.
Chef. Like, what do you think? You paid most of his bills. You were the one that
Exactly.
helped him hit the goals. You, OIC, cough cough, Lisa Lou, and then those fake, those generous, well married contributions that came in at the last minute. Like, of course it dipped.
Yeah,
You were the one that was holding
exactly.
the whole Snortex up. So yeah. And
Yeah.
like so you know your worth. You know how valuable you are to this community, juxtaposed
Yes.
to how Phil still continues to treat you. I
Yes.
mean, logic should tell you, I'm paying this donkey thousands of
Hmm.
dollars. I'm paying his fucking bills to live like this, and he treats me like dog shit. Your worth juxtaposed to how you are treated. You're treated like
Yes.
shit, and you do everything for this guy. You know your worth, Iron Chef. Like, come on, man. Give your balls a
Yeah.
tug. Get the fuck out of there and
Exactly.
run it as fast as you can.
Yeah. Like it just move on at this point. It's not worth the suffering that he's putting you through. So Lex and MJ kissed, and this is what he put out.
Uh oh. You know, people. When Cat came on stream, I believe twice, like 2 years ago,
Mhm.
people asked him. I vividly. Maybe I can find the video. People like specifically asked him, "Hey, you and Cat have a kiss on stream," and he was like, "I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. I'm not
Yeah,
doing that on stream." Like, bro, that's so weird. That's like
it is.
suspect, man. That's 10 out of 10. That's suspect. Like, that's
Yeah.
questionable. Let's
So this
see.
made me
Let's see if
chuckle
I
for that reason.
had Phil DSP is asked to kiss Cat on stream. Let's see if I can find a video. Whoa. Okay, I found something that I was not looking for. It's duty streams. DSP admits to never eating cheeks. Cat is downstairs literally crying.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
not what I asked for at all.
Not
That is
quite.
not what I asked for. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. But yeah, somebody asked him, hey, why don't you kiss your wife on stream? And he was like, no, I'm not doing that. There's not doing, like, he was vehemently against it. Like, brother, that's weird. That's
That is
really weird.
With how long they've been together, like
Yeah. And it's not like y'all went on one date. Y'all are fucking married. Like, I mean,
right.
like, there's no love there. There's nothing
There's
there.
not.
It's a roommate situation. And
Mhm.
nothing is going to convince me otherwise that is nothing more than just a roommate situation. It's so
No.
weird. He's such an alien. God.
He is. He's so awkward. I could only imagine what their dates are like together. I wish I was there.
Door dashing some greasy food, sitting on the couch watching fucking Survivor or something.
Oh, but Survivor
Awful.
hits though.
I mean, yeah, it's a good show, and they're not even talking. They're just like
No,
crumbs all over their belly, grease running
just
down their belly
watching.
button.
Oh
Yeah,
my
just
gosh,
watching,
imagine.
just going ham on a bucket of KFC chicken. Just watching Survivor, not talking or nothing, just in their bag, man, just locked in.
Gosh.
See that we won, boys. What's the context for this one? Dave's chat is conceding we won.
I think I can't remember, but I think this is when everybody started telling Phil about everybody being on Lex's chat, and he was trying to like talk shit about it.
You're a slut.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
like he straight up called her an e-girl and a slut, a sex worker and stuff because she was doing squats on stream because she's an athlete. Like, bro, that is and
yeah.
And then like the day after he doubled down on those comments and was like slut.
Yeah.
Crazy, brother. One, she is my nephew's age. She is barely like an adult. You're 70 years old or something. This
Seriously.
girl is this girl is like barely in college. You're
Yes.
going to war with a call. That's calling her a slut. You don't know anything about her.
No.
All you know is that she's a lesbian, and that I know that pisses him off even more. That she's
Yeah, you know it
attractive.
does.
She's a lesbian. Her girlfriend's attractive. She's
Yep.
more. She can whip his ass. Like,
Yes.
it's just the slut comments were just, and then hearing him double down and say slut, 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 slut. I could feel my blood boiling. Like, boy, I'd
Me
whip your
too.
motherfucking ass. I'd stomp
Same.
a mud hole and walk that motherfucker dry if he was around me.
It's ugly.
Crazy.
It was ugly. It was just the way that he said it too. And it's like she's not even close to being slutty. Like even when she was squatting away from the camera.
Yeah, she was squatting
Like-
to the side.
Yeah,
Now,
like
I will-
she
I will
had
say-
shorts.
One thing I will critique her on, she didn't go down all the way on her squats. They're not as
She could have done that a
effective.
little. Yeah.
You got to go down as low as you can to get the most out of your calves and out of your thighs. She was going down about midway and coming up. It's like people that do the halfway push-ups. Like, no, bro,
Oh
you
my
got to go
gosh.
down. Let your chin touch the floor. Let you do it military style. Let your chest touch the floor all the way up. Chest
All the
touch the
way down.
floor all the way up.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that did bug me. But no, she did
Yeah.
nothing wrong. She did everything correct. She was
She
doing
did.
squats because she's an athlete, and he was so bothered by the fact that she was fit and attractive and doing things, and she was actually giving people goals. that- I mean,
Yes.
I guess it was the equivalent of Phil eating on stream. Like, they didn't really get anything out of it. She did because she got the exercise, but it still was something positive. It was like, hey, you gave me this donut. Let me get off my ass and exercise and do something versus let me eat Taco Bell and gain 20 more pounds.
Oh my god. Let me give
But
me
it
more
just-
health problems.
It really ate him up, and you could really, he's not good at pretending like things
No,
don't
he's
eat
not.
him up. So you could clearly tell that he was really buttered about it.
Yeah, he
Good
was.
goals, Phil. Oh yeah, they were cooking. She was wearing that chef
Yeah.
hat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cocaine
like
and block.
he was talking mad shit. I just couldn't help but screenshot. I'm like, dude, like and this was before he got blocked. So he was
he went back to the stream and tried to comment. It was like, yeah, I'm blocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to hear him talking shit like that. Because if he does,
Yes.
I've been recording for almost an hour. If he goes back to DSP, it's gonna be. It was so pathetic the first time. It was so pathetic when he did that stream and he was like, I was just trying to get into the Discord. I was trying to manipulate DSP. It was all a big gimmick. It was all not a shit. I guess it was all a work, as they say in the wrestling business. And then he went back to Phil, and then it was all bullshit. If he goes back this time, it's going to be so embarrassing. I don't know how he would show his face on the internet ever again. I genuinely
Absolutely
don't.
not.
I really don't.
Mm-mm. I hope not, because that's just, it's pathetic at that point. Like, just stop.
We the king shadow. So I will say some stuff that he says is pretty funny.
It was funny. I was cracking up.
Yeah, especially when he's razzing, when he's shooting on Phil. You know, when he's cutting a promo on Phil, and he's like, you know, just saying shit like this, and the hat donation goal, the last one. When he's clowning on Phil, he's pretty funny. I will give Iron Chef that.
Yes.
He may be a simp, he may be a bit of a dipshit, but you know,
he's got little jokes. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Jokey
he would
jokes.
fit really well in the Detractor. It's especially because he knows Phil so well. He followed him so closely. He, as a Detractor, I don't know if he would have inside information that we wouldn't have, especially because there's people like Duty that watch everything he does. There's people that watch, you know, Broside Phil, watch that they audit all the stuff he does. I don't know if he would have any insider information that those guys wouldn't have, but he would definitely be a good Detractor because he knows
He really would.
Phil. Yeah, he knows Phil inside and out. He knows how to wind him up. He knows what pisses him off. he knows how to say things in Lex's chat that somebody will screenshot and send to DSP, and DSP will read it on his stream the next day.
Yes. Oh my
ICS
god.
doesn't explicitly mention DSP. He doesn't at him. He said something in a roundabout way that was that he knows will still get back to Phil and will burn his ass so fucking hard. He'd be a good detractor because he knows how to do it. He knows how to play the game.
He would. And he said, "Seethe, Dave," and I just thought that was freaking funny.
I thought that was "See the Dave."
Oh no, I think he just spelt it wrong, but yeah.
S-E-E-T. How do you spell seethe? S-E-E-T-H-E-C. Is that right?
Maybe he did spell it right.
S-E-E-T-H-E. S-E-E-T-T.
No, it's right.
Yeah, that's right. It looks weird. Yeah, that's the right way to spell it.
Yeah, no, he's Seethe Dave. I was like, yes.
She said Suffer Dave. I don't understand where that came from. They've been saying that for a long time. The Dents have. I don't know where they got the phrase from.
That came from Steve, the guy from the Truth Seekers. Suffer is what.
I thought it came from Kino. Okay, yeah, I thought it. Well, that makes sense because Kino and Steve are good friends. But yeah, I thought that came from Kino Casino.
No, it came from old Steve.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah. So as of this taping, it is 1st of March, 2025. ICS has been banned permanently from DSP's community. So I don't know where to go from here. Like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. We spoke about this briefly at the top of the show, but I don't know where this is going to go in the future without one of his big whales. Is ICS or is OIC going to come back? Is Darkside Dad, what the fuck his name is he going to step up to the plate and soldier up and be the man that Phil needs him to be, or is he going to fuck off? You know, what's going to happen from this point forward? What do you think? What do you think is the future of ICS? What do you think is the future of DSP?
Oh gosh, I just foresee a lot of coping with the money that's going to be lost. I see a lot of anonymous tips coming in because the goals aren't going to be met.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I see a lot of tips coming in from more sock accounts that have only been around for about a month. He's just going to keep creating this image that he's still successful regardless of him losing one of his biggest whales.
Definitely. He's definitely going to keep up the gimmick. He's definitely the begging has already gotten worse in the last couple of days. He was only here for a day, maybe 2 days before. He's on a 2-day break with his wife. No, I can't stop burping. I think it was 2 days that between Sakai getting banned and this 2-day break, 2-day vacation. So yeah, just in those 2 days, the desperation has gotten a lot higher. He begs constantly. He's more aggressive and nasty with his chat all the time. So yeah, I definitely agree. A lot more fake tips, a lot more sock accounts, a lot more people that we haven't seen in the stream chat that don't interact. Same gimmick, same bullshit. Just I think he's gonna get more desperate. And I think as time goes by, without those big Well Mary donations, I think a lot of people are going to lose interest. His audience is already dwindling.
Yes.
He's already playing a game for one stream and then it loses momentum. He's not getting enough money. And so he goes to Band World. He did Legos and barely had 200 people. So it's gonna get a lot worse. I'm interested to see where it goes. I don't know if you keep up with other locales as well, but while I have you here, do you keep up with like Cyrax at all?
I haven't kept up with. I actually just learned about Cyrax not long ago, and he scares me, so I've stayed away.
He's a freaky guy, man. The Acronatic Goblin. He's a character. He's a person. He's a guy. He's a goblin. But you know, his longtime buddy troll Marty passed away 3 weeks ago. The guy he was like a buddy troll, but he also kept Chance Cyrax safe from a lot of the outside trolls and stuff. So he passed away about 2-3 weeks ago. So there's nothing holding back the floodwaters for all these people that want to get to Cyrax. He's gotten a lot more desperate and delusional. So as far as the locale universe goes, because I cover more than just DSP, it's mostly DSP, but I'll cover LTG, I'll cover Raxipoo, I'll cover, you know, Daniel Larson when there's another guy that I'm trying to put on. There's another guy I'm trying to put on. What's his name? Ja Crispy. This rapper guy from like Virginia. He's super racist. Like he's like straight up saying the hard R N word, like saying the F slur and stuff. Like he's a guy, man. He's a guy. So I'm trying to put him on because this dude is definitely a lolcow, just waiting to be discovered. I just have to gather up enough stuff and make a video about him. But the guy, he's a rapper, but his music is fucking trash. He's like 23. He's bald. He's Cyrax in the making, man. He the way he drops racist slurs and homophobic slurs. He's Cyrax in the making. He's an awful guy, but his content is so boring, and I can't bring myself to make a whole video worth of his content because it's just like, what am I gonna say over this? It's just dead air. But anyways, so as far as the Detractorverse, what like do you have anything else coming up? Do you have any other projects in the future?
I do also want to cover other locales eventually. Like I am part of like Girl World. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's like Amberlyn Reed and Chantel. They're like weight loss channels, but somehow they've gained weight over the past 10 years, and they're really manipulative, and it's really, 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 really bad. I want to cover about them, and then I don't know if you've heard about Ash Trevino on TikTok.
I've heard of Amberlyn. I've seen some in my on Detractor Media's like homepage on YouTube. It brings up other detractors. I've seen her name. I just haven't watched anything about them. No, I don't know about the TikTok girl though.
Oh my gosh, she's so bad. She's so bad. I'm probably gonna cover videos about her. There's just a lot about her, so going through all the content and finding things to go over, it's just a whole bunch of work. DSP just hands it to you like it's candy. These people kind of make you work for it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I tried to record a video on Cyrax yesterday. He got signed to a new quote unquote record label. Of course, it's probably a gimmick. Somebody's probably tricking him. But so I hit record and I tried to provide commentary, but I kept getting pissed off because it was just like, I just couldn't think of anything. It was so fucking, I was so bored out of my fucking mind. I couldn't think of anything to say. So where I think starting off in the locale universe with somebody like DSP who makes content every day and he rages and rogs out so often, it's easy to just hit record and just negate the things he says, or just hit record and react to it and be like Phil, why are you so mad, brother? Like right. I don't know, you know. Yeah, like you said, he gives it to us on a silver platter. So we do have to work for it with other locales because they're just not quite as interesting. Maybe Daniel Larson, but there's not really a lot of commentary there. You can just watch him go nuts and be like, oh, wow, he's nuts. Like this. But okay. So and as far as the podcast, as far as Locale Lives, if you ever need a co-host, or if you ever need somebody to come on and just cut segments, cut promos with you, you know, I have a lot of experience in radio and voice acting and film. I'd love to do it. I love locale stuff. This stuff is really interesting to me. Like I said, I have a main channel that I quit doing about 2 years ago because it was like just commentary stuff about pop culture, and I just lost interest. And I knew I wanted to do YouTube. And I just didn't really, I knew I wanted to do commentary on YouTube, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I started watching DSP and I was like, bingo, So this inspired me to get back to content creation. So I love this universe. I love the Detractor. I love being a fucking Detractor. I love being a fucking Detractor so much.
It's
But
great.
It brings me so much joy to make, it's fantastic to make vague references in public that no one else understands.
Yes, it's amazing.
You just wish that somebody else would be like, oh yeah, I get that reference. Yeah, why don't you mail me a spoon? Like, yeah.
For real.
But okay, well, you got anything else to add or anything else to promote?
No, that's it. I'll be doing another. I just did a giveaway because I hit 50 subscribers.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw this morning.
And so then I'm gonna do another giveaway at 200, and I'm already at 117 as of now. So if we get to 200, I'll do another giveaway. And I actually have a T-shirt design in mind that I might be involved in that giveaway. So
hell yeah. Congrats on 100 subscribers. Your channel is moving pretty fast. It's growing pretty quickly.
It's crazy. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I'll get there one day. You just got to keep pumping out content. Finding that niche style, I think, is the most important thing. I tend to rant a little bit, and so I've got to learn to cut my videos and not make them 20 minutes long. But I'm glad that I met you. I'm glad that your channel's going well, and I'm glad that you're in the Detractorverse, man. Because it's an interesting life. There's some interesting people for sure. For sure. But yeah, so with that, I guess I'll let you go. I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate your time. And if you want to do it again, yes, ma'am. Yeah, if you want to do it again, just holler at me. I'll always be around. I'll always be there watching.
Yeah, same here. We'll do something else eventually for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Well, be good. Be good to be good at it. What's my outro? My outro. Be good to be good at it. And see you next time.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.
Devour. Control is desire. Control, take. Devour. You know what I mean?